Hello, bonjour. This is Sekou Radio. Sekou Radio, today our guest is Madison MINTZ. Hi, Madison.
Hello.
I'm going to read a little bit about you on your bio. Madison MINTZ is a rising senior in Tampa, Florida. She lived with her parents and twin sister. She's from New Jersey, and she's been living in Florida for 5 years. She spent most of her time playing tennis or with her friend hanging out. For the summer, she's taking business classes and working. Wow. Madison, the subject today is how you balance your life during this confinement. It's been a very unique life story for all of us, adult kids, parents, grandparents, you name it. So tell us how Madison is coping with this virus called COVID-19.
So for me, it's just prioritizing my health by staying, following all the guidelines that the CDC says, and just trying to find new hobbies to keep myself busy. Just like trying to keep everyone safe, especially me and my family.
I'm going to create a question. You're a twin. Twins
Yes.
have tricks. They have tricks. What are some of the tricks we can learn from being a twin? What's the advantage and disadvantage of being a twin?
So for me, when me and my family moved a lot, we moved like 4 schools in 4 years. It was always nice to just have a friend there, and especially in new environments. I already knew someone who's going to be there with me during the whole journey, so that was definitely very comforting. One of the disadvantages, I think, is that people just group us a lot and say, like the MINTZ twins instead of like being an individual, which, doesn't bother me too much, but it's definitely something that I've noticed. But it's also nice just to have a person there for you no matter what.
Now, you mentioned in your bio that you're from New Jersey. We have 50 states in the United States. You spent 5 years in Florida and the other in New Jersey, right?
Yeah.
If you have to pick one state in the United States or around the world, what state would you pick?
Okay. It's always been a dream of mine to live in Colorado because it's just beautiful all year. Yeah, because I love to ski, and it's just beautiful there, and I definitely want to live there at one point in my life.
You want to live there in the snow?
Yeah, I like the seasons. That's definitely something that I miss when I moved down here was just the seasons. So I feel like Colorado is a perfect place for that.
So how good of a skier are you?
Oh, well, when I was little, me and my sister we were on a race team in Pennsylvania. We went like every weekend. We had a house up there. So I spent definitely most of my childhood just skiing in the winter and like on the race team. So I don't know. I think I'm pretty good, but I don't want to say that I'm extraordinary.
Well, I used to live in New York, but I didn't like the height. I like the country, how do you call it, the ski countryside ski, but I don't like the slope. How high can you go? Can you do the high slope?
Yeah, I can do pretty much anything. If there's a mountain in front of me, I'll pretty much ski it. I'll do anything, just because I like being like having that little adrenaline rush. It's really thrilling.
Like a Michelle, like a Michelle Vaughn. She goes 100 plus miles an hour down the slope. Would you do that?
Maybe not 100 miles per hour, but I do like to go fast.
When cross country ski. Yeah. Go ahead.
When I moved down here, my family promised that at least once a year we would go skiing someplace. This year, unfortunately, we weren't able to, but my parents have pretty much kept up with that promise. So I get to ski, once in a while.
But I also understand you like the beaches, too. You like to go to the beach sometimes. So which one would it be, Colorado or Florida?
Well, they're so different. How can you compare them? I feel like Florida's a really good vacation spot because after a while the heat gets a little too much.
Right, you're right. I agree with you. Now, I'm going to ask you some question regarding the online classes. And I know I asked your sister about it. So how you feel about, first, what have you learned from this virus who keeps everyone inside with the family? What have you learned so far?
Just probably patience, because my whole family with my 2 dogs are, sort of confined to this small area.
What are the names again? I forgot the name of the dog. Can you remind me the names?
Yes, so I have 2 English bulldogs. There's Winston, who's 4, and Penelope, who's 2. Penelope is definitely the most hyper dog you will ever meet, even though she's supposed to be lazy. You just have to get her tired, otherwise she'll be up forever.
So Penelope must be happy right now. Madison is home a lot, right?
Yes, they love getting the attention.
And Winston too. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yes.
So beside that, what else? Can you share with us what have you learned from this pandemic?
Yeah, so like the most biggest thing that I learned was probably patience, just like realizing that we are going to lose our temper sometimes, but I've also gotten a lot closer with my family during this time and just realized how much that I do really love spending time with them and appreciating the time that we do have together. Also, like in terms of school, just like time management, it seems like time can go really fast or really slow, but making sure that I get all my schoolwork done and I actually put an effort towards it, because it's definitely really hard to find that motivation to get it done when you're home all day. So just like time management and patience.
Okay. So you mentioned 2 things who are very adult related: management, time management, and patience. How would you explain or define patience to a 5 or 6 years old kid?
Okay. I would say that if they wanted ice cream, but they had to go in the car for 20 minutes to go to the ice cream place, that they would have to sit silently and understand that it takes time to get to the ice cream shop before they can get ice cream.
That's a cool one. I like that one. That's a good one.
Thank you.
What about the time management? How would you explain to a 6 years old, hey, this is my class to you on time management?
Okay, so before they can go play outside, they have to do their homework worksheet before they do. Otherwise, after they play outside, they'll be too tired to do their homework, so they have to sort of get the important stuff done first, and then they can go have fun.
Interesting. Very good. Now, Madison, I know your generations, you guys are into social media. Can you tell me the difference between Instagram and Facebook?
Yeah, so the way that I look at it is that my parents use Facebook, and then me and my friends use Instagram, just because it's like sort of like a different platform for like generations to be on different social media.
Okay.
It's sort of silly to say, but I feel like more of teenagers use Instagram, and Facebook is for my friends who are just graduated use Facebook to find their roommates. So it's more for looking for a certain community rather than an Instagram. It's just for fun and you're just with your friends.
Oh, okay. So you don't want to be on the Facebook with your parents. That's what I see. Instagram is better. Where are we going with this social media? You have 6 classes a day. You have Instagram in front of you. You have Snapchat in front of you. You have Facebook in front of you. You have tennis. And how you juggle all this? You just teach us how you juggle all these things in 24 hours.
So for me, it's mostly like creating a routine. A routine is really important for me to just like feel comfortable. So I have like a break during school where I can go on my phone, but during classes I really try to put my phone away, and then maybe on the ride to practice while my sister's driving I'll go on my phone, and then I have practice, which will let out some energy, especially because I was cooped up in the house all day. So like, I don't know, just finding a routine where I was like, okay, put my phone down here, stop looking at a screen, and then also having that free time to just relax.
Now, earlier I asked your sister, she has this passion for English, writing books, and she talks about, with the passion about her grandmother coming from Poland and stuff like that. Very interesting. Now, for you, Madison, where your passion is, what can trigger Madison? What's the Madison passion in life?
Yeah, so I'm really into physics. I take a lot of physics classes in school. I found that really interesting, just like everyday things and how physics can be applied to the little things that you didn't think about before. And I'm also really interested in business, which is why I'm taking the business classes over the summer. So just to like expand my horizon, see what I'm more attracted to, and especially when picking a major for college apps this coming fall, I'm just trying to see like what piques my interest really, and that's what I've liked so far in my high school experience. So I'm just trying to keep doing what I'm doing.
So you mentioned it, 2 tough subjects there, physics and business. A lot of kids run away from it. So Madison could be the one to beat Jeff Bezos one day.
Maybe.
Create her own company and figure out how it works.
Maybe that's a big name, but I was thinking
everybody started in the garage. They all started in the garage.
I was thinking maybe more like studying the stock market and really getting into the patterns in the stock market because I find it really interesting. But I'm just gonna keep taking my business class and see what really like interests me.
Okay, so I also have learned that you spend some time on the boat working for summer camp or for experience. Can you share that with us? Can you share to the world what is that? What is that intake?
Yeah, so it's actually probably my most favorite experience of my life. It's a summer program that I do 3 weeks over the summer where I live on a boat with 12 or 13 other kids, 3 adults, and we live on this boat and we sail from island to island in the British Virgin Islands, either learning how to sail or scuba dive or doing community service like I did last year. And it's people from like all over the country, all over the world. Like I have friends who are in Egypt and then just like all the way to like Seattle, across the country. And it's really, really nice to like spend time with people that you didn't know before and realize realize what type of different people are out there in the world and what type of experiences that they have, and do all this good work, especially after Hurricane Irma, because it hit the BVIs really hard, and just trying to help their community a little bit with people who like you've grown so close to that you could call them your brothers and sisters. So it was just, I've done it for 4 years. I couldn't do it this year, unfortunately, but it's my favorite thing that I've ever done, for sure.
Wow. Now, that seems to me